Hey guys, Bunny here. And this is episode 4 of Doki Literature Club. Let's begin. Hey, Yuri. Huh? Ah. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Hang on. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Wait. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant. The way she was like talking and speaking, I was expecting her to be like elegant and methodical. So I can't tell if that means that she's not, or he was surprised that she is, even though I was expecting it. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Huh? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Bunny in club activities? Huh? I don't know what the noise that is. It's a dash! Huh? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. So, currently, Monica's going to kill every single person in the literature club. That's just what I think. Monica's being real creepy as shit. Sayori's poetry thing threw me off, but I think all of her poetry, like the adjectives and everything else, I think there was the adjectives, I think that's the whole thing, was that all of the sad attributes that I expected to be attributed to Yuri because of the horror genre is because Monica's gonna fuck her up first. That's just what I think. Because she's creepy as shit and she isn't in the journal, even though I said initially, like, my character said initially that Monica was, like, the grade A student that was the cutest in the year. Then let's go, Bunny. Hang on. She's got a deeper voice. Then let's go, Bunny. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead forward. I always read that as forehead. forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated? What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Funny. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of a friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Bunny, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Okay. I've cleared my throat 100 times this episode, and the reason for that is because I recorded the last 3 episodes in succession, and I edited them in between 2 days. I realized that my actual, like, my voices I'm doing for each character is literally insubstantial. Like, if I'm listening to them back, I can't tell that I'm doing a voice. So I'm trying to be better. Definitely leave some feedback if I'm doing better, or if you think there's a way for me to do better if I'm not. Yeah. Let's continue. Bunny, do you like a long tea? Yeah? Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit, I am Australian, and that made no sense, because I'm 100% sure that oolong is definitely boiled at less temperature than a regular black tea, and regular black tea is 100 degrees Celsius. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Wait, hang on. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? Is who? Who? No, I'm pretty sure she's like chuckling? Like that? But like deeper because I've given her a deeper accent? I guess. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ooh. So like, I want to kind of give a little, like, I was going straight for her from episode 1. The reason for this is my favorite color is purple. She has purple hair clips, and purple eyes. So I was instantly like, this is the most attractive female there. And she even kind of like has that horror vibe that I always kind of attempt to go for. So I think she's the one, guys. Perhaps I will. I also really love tea, so my player character isn't exactly living up to my standards. Yuri fetches a teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's used around anyway. It's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, bunny. That's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Bunny, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Wait. Is that like because he's reading over her shoulder? Sorry, I didn't even realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because my your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. You're definitely not trying to bring up your boobs and got a bit flustered when you realized you were bringing up your boobs to someone who you clearly like. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a small bag of chocolate candies that I kept hidden away from Sayori's Candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. I guess tea's kind of savory. I've never eaten chocolate with tea, especially oolong. I don't know. Some of these lines in this episode have been kind of going like south with my mind. Like they've kind of been like, this is what this does, and I've been like, I've never experienced this, and I've like been there. Okay. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each handing one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. Hang on. Our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. I don't remember what noise I made for the last dash exclamation mark, which is a great noise, by the way. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. I've never had an experience where I've kind of been like, I have to make sure I don't accidentally touch some boobies, which I'm 100% sure that's what he meant. Like, you pull the tea away and go. You don't think about, oh shit, I'm gonna accidentally touch some boobies. I don't... That's a bit of a weird line. I don't like that line. That's kind of like a... This is clearly a sexual visual novel line, even though there's a twist, and I have a feeling it's not going to be as sexual as it looks. Meanwhile, Yuri is not just a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with a chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I kind of went deeper there. I think that was for Yuri. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. A little bit of a context to my situation based on the chocolate thing. I am always the one to bring up that maybe crumbs will get on a keyboard, or maybe smudges will get on a phone, or... So, like, another kind of... He's like, he's exactly me, except for the cleanliness side. There's like, he goes on extremes for the cleanliness side, and it's an extreme between my girlfriend and me, because we're like polar opposites based on like cleanliness. I think we do weird things. We both do weird things that are completely opposite to each other. Like some clean and some extremely like not. And it's confusing me. It's like this person's like a cross-section of me and my girlfriend. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Ooh. That's a nice graphic. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. That's a hard sentence to say. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting over my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth, then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop her. Stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips around it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Funny. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well... You were just helping? That's something that friends do, right? I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Fuck! You, Monica. Okay, everyone. Wait, I flip them around. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems! Bunny, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. I can't tell if this is intentional. Did my first poem, like... No, because my character started with Yuri. Like, he started doing sexy stuff with Yuri before I even picked a poem. So clearly Yuri's like the route that we're supposed to take, but... Root. Sorry. Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Bunny, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. So she's a loner, I'm guessing. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to see the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconsciousness well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. The moon increments to its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. It happened. That makes me... So, from what I've seen of the last 3 episodes that you've seen, is that this is... like, all of the characters are basing their poems on their life. And that makes me think that this poem is potentially about Bunny, my player character. And that almost makes you think that Yuri's essentially playing me, and she's not as like, yeah, I don't know. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. Don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem was about. That's right. It's a bit close to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Bunny? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. Best we can do is respect each other and our own individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my inner weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. That's 2 things. I'm sure you can count higher than 2. There really aren't many people like you, Bunny. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, it really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. What's the... Oh! Okay, we've been recording this for 28 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and save it now. And the next video will come at you in a few minutes for me. It'll be 2 days for you. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you want to see more of this. Liking this video will definitely help. I'm gonna finish it, but I like knowing that people are enjoying it, and there's a lot of use for this in particular. So I feel like you do enjoy it. So more is coming, but please comment telling me why you like it. Might help me choose my next game to solo. Yeah. So like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and Bunny out.